Hey, this is Florin again with another video. Today we have a quote by Peter Drucker, and he says something like, the most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. And I was the person that I was completely unaware of this, non-verbal communication. If you think about this buzzword, emotional intelligence, you hear this a lot and everybody talks about it, but what it is, this emotional intelligence? What's that? How can we get, a handle of it? Because if you research has shown that it's only 7% of communication that accounts for the words you say. So only 7% of the communication is coming from the words you say. 93%, it's everything else. It's the tone of voice, it's body language, it's mimics, eye rolling, lips, hands, everything else. So Peter Drucker said that the key in communication is, hearing what hasn't been said. What he says is you and I paying attention to everything else than the words. And John Maxwell says that people would not remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. And so in this way, if you think about that, I was the engineer that thought that what people say, this is what they mean. When I had conversations with my wife, we've been in meetings, and she was asking me, so Florin, what do you think she meant by that? And I said, what do you mean? I mean, she meant what she said, right? But I was the one being unaware of the things that were, non-verbal. I was, an engineer. For me, working with cars, working with, mechanical systems. I mean, if you give the same command twice to the mechanical system, you will get the same output, every single time. But if you apply the same stimuli to a human being, you would get different results. You would get different reactions. And so we are a lot more complex than, machines, and there are more nuances to communication. And I was completely unaware of that. And I had to learn it the hard way. So what Peter Drucker said, communication, the key about communication is hearing what hasn't been said. What he says, it's another way of putting exactly what I just said. 7% of what we communicate accounts for the words we say, 93% is body language, tone of voice, intonation, everything else. So what I'm saying here, if you want to succeed communicating, you want to pay attention and you want to learn to pick those signals. And women are a lot better than us men when it comes to this sixth sense, this non-verbal communication. They can pick signals that we cannot pick. But nothing is lost. You can develop that and you can learn that. And if you do that, you would be able to pick signals in a meeting. You would be able to use your intuition. You would be able to feel those things that are not be said. You are able to use your senses and to be 100% present in the room and feel the room. And all of those things that other people wouldn't pick up because they only focus on the words. So have this in mind and try to look for signals. Pay attention to how people walk, to how people, what is their body language, how do they say things, what the eyes are doing, if they keep, eyes touch, or maybe they look downwards or upwards, or, all of those signals tell us a lot more than the words. Remember, 93% of what is communicated is non-verbal. And so this is valid in a face-to-face encounter, on the phone, in any kind of medium. Only 7% of that it's the words we say. So if you want to improve your communication, if you want to, be better at understanding people, you want to try to, familiarize yourself with this non-verbal communication and learn, because everything can be learned. You know? It's a skill, and any skill can be learned. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. See you next time.